a memorable moment with De La. And for me, De La is and has always been one of my favorite groups. You know what I mean? Just from childhood, you know, it was all about De La, native tongues. Like, that was the vibe. You know what I mean? So when I got the opportunity to work with De La, right, I had so many great moments with those guys. But one moment was that I always remember that I thought was hilarious is that I was a young promo, rep, and it was my first time going to LA. And this was 96 for Stakes is High album. Never been to LA, going on promo with De La, who at the time, my dream group, idolized those guys, right? And, we did a promo run, it was great, it was all good. And then we had a show that night, right? Or they had a show, we were doing something that night. And we went out and I got so wasted, you know what I mean? That we're driving down Sunset Boulevard. I couldn't even drive back. I was a promo rep, so I had to drive back. I couldn't drive back. One of the guys had to drive back. And all I remember is hanging out the window of Sunset Boulevard, throwing up. You know what I mean? Which I don't even know if they remember that story. You know what I mean? But it was always vivid in my mind, right? We get back to the hotel, everything was cool, whatever. Everybody goes up to the room, pass out, right? And, the next day, and this was just the bond that I had with those guys, I was late to make lobby call. And we had to go see Violet Brown, who, you remember Violet Brown, like Violet was the head urban buyer, for Warehouse, which was huge, right? And I was gone. I was like, and I was late, we were late, you know what I mean? We got there late, was apologetic, but the guys covered for me. They were like, nah, it's cool. We had a great night, you know what I mean? We were good. Fun as that moment was at the time, it was a pivotal moment for me in terms of I won't ever do that again. As much fun as I might have with my artist or have that connection with my artist, I'll never put myself in that situation again. And I'm glad it happened with those guys early in my career because, it kind of helped me course correct, if you will. But that was like just one of the memorable, in my mind, stories that I have of working with those guys, Particularly, it was so early in my career, you know what I mean? To have a moment like that, and, use it as a learning experience, I thought it was good. I mean, Warehouse Music was, like Best Buy, nowadays. It was like the biggest retailer in the at the time when CDs and vinyl and, it was still physical product. A story about Kanye. I've had some really good experiences with Kanye. My history with Kanye goes back to when I was at Cornerstone. And his team then, G. Robeson, Al Branch, we were all good friends. And they had brought us on as a team to work through the wire before Rock and Def Jam were even really taking Kanye serious as an artist. He was always amazing producer. He had hits at that point, you know what I mean? But they kind of brought us on to help as an independent promotion team, to get through the wire going, So I just remember some of just the early promo combos with, Kanye coming into the office and us calling DJs and him just being so committed to really being the biggest artist in the world, You knew he was going to do it. You knew he had it, you know what I mean? So it's really just a matter of, I guess, that timing, his level of creativity, consistency, I have other moments, with him and the team, but I think the one thing I will say about him is that I always respected not only his creativity, but his confidence in the art that he wanted to make, you know, of which it was just like an uncompromising, you know, confidence in I'm gonna make the best art. I mean, he would jump on the table at Cornerstone, Def Jam, like he just always jump on the table because he. So I mean, I think to that point, one of the things I would say that I always appreciate about Kanye is his hard work and his dedication to being the best, making the best, you know, and not only pushing himself, honestly, but pushing the people around him to be the best. And I remember that vividly. I remember meetings, you know, about his albums and projects where he would push us for the best ideas, the best creative, you know, very demanding, but that came from a point of he wanted the best, you know? So, and while it could be stressful and while it could be intense, pressure bust pipes, you know? But it also makes diamonds. And, you know, I think he's always been someone that wants diamonds, you know?